Hello everybody, my name is Rollock and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. In the last episode, we defeated the evil sorceress twins, Twin Rova, within the Spirit Temple, freeing Naburo and awakening her as a sage. And we also retrieved the last of the medallions, and now we're ready to head back to the Temple of Time. Before we actually do so, we want to do a couple more things just before that. So, starting off, we want to head back to Kakariko Village. As you remember, we have collected all 100 golden Skulltulas. So, by heading back into Kakariko Village and heading to the House of Skulltula, we can receive our final reward. Since you've destroyed 100 spiders of the curse on me has been broken. Thank you. Here is a token of my appreciation. Please take it. And from getting all of those, we get a huge rupee. We'll be careful not to get cursed again. Now, if you return and if you exit and return, I do believe this does work. Otherwise, it'd be kind of dumb if it didn't. Yeah, so from defeating your 100 spiders, every time you re-enter the house, he will give you 200 rupees. Considering that we're practically at the end of the game, that is entirely useless, to be perfectly honest. So it's really not that worthwhile to get all of them. But I still got them just for the hell of it. So yeah, you really don't need to, collect any more than 50. After 50, you're pretty much set for all the rewards. Anyway, we have one more thing that we need to do before we finish off everything and head over to the Temple of Time. We want to head over back to Gerudo Fortress. So I'll see you guys back there in just a moment. Alright, so back in Gerudo's Fortress. We could have done this before we entered the Spirit Temple, however, we wouldn't have been able to complete everything there was in this little area. So, with our Gerudo membership token, we want to head over to this area. Gerudo Training Ground. Only registered members are allowed. So let's go ahead and talk to this lady. This is the Gerudo's Training Ground. Membership card verified. One try for 10 rupees. Alright, I'll take your 10 rupees. Give it your best shot. So they go ahead and open up this little gate. So, the Gerudo Training Ground. Now then, this is sort of a mini dungeon, so to say. It's more or less a test of what you've done throughout the entire game and pretty much testing your ability as to what to do and stuff here and there. So, the Gerudo Training Grounds is a set of trials. So, there are a couple rooms that we can explore. First of all, being over in this one. And I'm also going to equip the big orange sword just to make everything a bit better. If you can overcome the trials in the chambers ahead, then and only then will you be qualified to hold our secret treasure. So, throughout the end of this entire dungeon, well, mini dungeon to say at least, defeat all enemies in a limited time. So here, we got a couple of Stalfos to fight. Shouldn't be too much of a hassle with the big orange sword. So yes, at the end of this, we are going to get something pretty good. Well, just good. Alright. So we just wait for them to expose themselves as per usual and take them out. And from completing a trial within each room, we'll drop a chest containing a small key. Once we get to a certain room, I'll explain what those keys are used for. Gather the jewels of white while avoiding traps and danger. So in this room, there are a couple of fire traps as well as some boulders that are rolling around. And what we need to do is obviously drop or collect all 5 of the silver rupees. So go ahead and grapple onto this one right here. Hopefully it'll get both of them. Alright, and it did. Sweet. Go ahead and grapple back up here. Alright, I believe there's one over there. I think there's one over here. That is. Ow. I believe the last one is up near... Oh, and there's also a wall master here for whatever reason. Only in specific locations, though. So that's slightly annoying. Where? It's probably over there, I think. No, wait, there it is. Alright, grab that, and there we go. For most rooms, you'll obtain a small key. Not all of them, though. So, that annoyance. There we go. Okay. Without the necessary items, one will be confounded by possible mysteries. You got Wolfos. Let's take out both of them. I think there's a white one. Yep. And there you go. Okay. Once again, they are no issue whatsoever because they are literally one of the weakest enemies in the entire game. Fake door again. Move a silver hand, so I'll move a giant block. Okay. Right, because once we defeat all the enemies, the chest will spawn. Okay. So this mini dungeon also requires you to have at least every item obtainable from each of the dungeons, such as the bow, the megaton hammer, lens of truth, hover boots, as well as the what's called the what did we get in the spirit temple? The silver gauntlets. By grappling up here using the lens of truth, find a switch. That opens up the door behind the big block, and if we go through this door right here, we're in a completely different room. We'll go in there later. Because I think that leads to another room. There is no map for this area, so it's a bit tricky to navigate. Using the silver gauntlets, we can just push them all the way over here. And right about now. Through this door are a bunch of likes. God damn it. Luckily, considering that you can't buy a mirror shield anywhere, the likes will not take your mirror shield. Can I just hit it, please? There we go, just one hit. Can I hit it, please? Oh my god. There we go. Okay. With those guys taken care of. Chest will spawn right there. It's a pretty straightforward dungeon. Well, mini dungeon to be exact. It's not really much of a mini dungeon. Oh boy, huge rupee. Like, that's so useful. Oh, a couple chests spawned in here. This one right here is ice. Nah, she scared me a bit. Alright. It's a 5 rupee. And I think the last chest is actually hidden. Yes, it is. I believe this one contains a small key. Yes, it does. Okay. Not even sure if that chest was there even before the likes despawned. Or were killed off. Alright, so going back up here. Through this door. Alright, and in here, we can spawn Pierre in case we want to, well, because we need to head back up here. Nope, need that. Okay. So we'll just spawn Pierre real quick. Alright, now we got a checkpoint back up here. Onto this platform. Blind the eyes of the statue. So what we got here is simply just shoot the eyes with arrows. Could probably make this go a bit faster. Yep, nope. There we go. And there. Opens up that door up there, as well as drops down the chest there. I don't believe we can actually jump over to it, so we'll use a long shot to get it. Bump you open. Drop in our key. And we'll grab it back onto here real quick before heading up there to that door that we unlocked. Because through here, I think is an enemy. Finding secret passages room. Okay. Surprised I'm not killing those things in one hit with the Burgon sword. I'm more likely getting a one shot. There we go. Okay, so this room, we obviously need the Megaton Hammer. I don't believe that you can actually make it this far Okay, that opens up the door. And gets the chest. I don't believe you can actually make it this far without the Megaton Hammer. I don't know. Is it possible to get here without the Megaton Hammer? I think it might be, but I don't really remember if it is. Because there's not really a whole lot of rusted switches everywhere. And none of the rocks that you need to smash with the Megaton Hammer are really required to progress anywhere. Stepping on this switch will get rid of the flame surrounding the thingy. So I guess a small key from that. And I swear to God, if this stupid chest is another ice trap thing. Okay, it isn't. Just a bundle of arrows. Being really generous with that. That opens up that way, but however, I think that was the way we came from, right? So it's over here. Yes, okay. Cross the Sea of Fire. Alright, so despite that looking like lava, we can't actually walk onto that because I do believe that'll just warp us back to the beginning, which is not good. So we want to carefully try to cross this area, more preferably with the hover boots so we can actually, you know, progress without having to jump. There's also fire bubbles in here, so be careful about them. And with this, activate this to grab us a block of time to put there. There we go. And I think this is actually the last room that we can... I think this is the last room before it loops. Stepping on that switch gets rid of the fires that was surrounding another white rupee. Or silver rupee, I guess you can call it. Let's go ahead and grab that. It opens up that door over there. We'll figure out what these... yeah, we'll figure it out in just a moment. Alright. Some more Dwarf times. Collect the underwater gems. There's a lot of collecting the gems in this one. So it's underwater, so it's right below here. So we're obviously going to have to play a song of time, equip the Zora boots. Not the Zora boots, the Zora tunic and the iron boots. There we go. Get rid of these blocks. Go ahead and go for a dive. Alright, so in this room there are a couple of currents that are pushing us around, so we're not going to be having a super easy time to navigate this area. Mostly in the topmost area. So we'll just dive down a bit. There's a bunch of shell blades here, so we gotta be careful of those guys. Definitely gonna need to just have our iron boots on. Ooh, they are gonna be surrounding me, aren't they? Okay, here they are. I still don't understand why we can't just use swords underwater. Makes quite literally 0 sense. It's just really stupid, to be honest. Alright, I don't think doing that's going to help us. Nope. Okay, so thankfully there are a bunch of hookshot points around here, so we'll just go ahead and grapple onto them. And then sink slowly back in. And the one in the center. I like how everything's always distorted underwater, especially the spike trap. It's got a really weird noise going about it. Alright, I think this is the last one right here. And of course, I'm on the wrong side of it. It'd be nice to actually see where the current is actually going, so we can actually get a feel for it. I believe we can just grapple onto here and we'll grab it. Alright. That does that. Can I not pause while sinking? That's weird. No. Go and equip this. Never should have waited for 3S version so we can just re-equip them with items. Alright, so anyway, with that one done and done, head all the way up here and with the camera clipping through the wall, go ahead and open up this and surprise, surprise. It contains a small key. Alright, so we're almost actually done with this place, and we've only been here for like about a couple minutes. Or credit. Whoa. At least you make a jump on this. Okay, good. Alright. So just up these ledges right here. There's another small key. And going through here is the central room. If you desire to acquire our hidden treasure, you must strive to attain the keys hidden in each chamber. You can see that's our grand prize right in the middle there. It's bomb shoes, great. Alright, cool. Okay, so the way you want to go about this is you want to start by the central entrance. So we'll go ahead and do a loop. Wait, did I grab... Am I missing something? Oh yeah, this room, right. Feeling amazing, limited time. We also have a new enemy here. I'll go over him in just a moment. Right before we'll kill the Beamos. Alright, these guys. These are Dynalphos. They're practically just the same as regular Lizalphos. There's really nothing too different separating them. So they're a bit more agile than the Lizalphos, but they're really just as easy as them. So they're really not a huge deal. Also, this is like one of the only, if not the only instance as to where we actually fight them. So, yeah. You fight them a lot more in Majora's Mask, I know that for certain. Alright, wall. I guess we'll just go over here then. So pop open this one, and this is going to be our final key to obtain. Well, actually, there's one more, but we'll... Alright, so, starting from the center area and heading towards... this area. Play this Song of Storms there, I believe a chest will spawn. Or a fairy. No, a fairy will spawn, yeah. Alright, so you want to go all the way left. You want to go through every door on the left side that has a key. Drop down. As well as be on a lookout for a certain location. I can't remember where exactly it is. Oh, it's over there. Okay. So using the Lens of Truth, we can see that there is a hidden way over here. Wait, where's that? Oh, right, that was the door that we never went into. God damn it. I'll do a quick detour back there because we never actually went through that door, huh? It was in that room with the fire eye and whatnot. I didn't know if that would lead into there. Huh. So yeah, this dungeon really isn't too much of a real issue to actually navigate through. It's pretty simple once you get the general gist of it. The enemies in here are... oh, my voice has been not cooperative as of late. The enemies here really aren't a huge pain to deal with, and most of the puzzles are very self-explanatory and very simple to get across. So, I mean, they're mostly just hit the target or collect rupees. So it's really not a huge, what's the word? Challenge, I guess you can say. There we go, and that's the last key that we really need to obtain. Now, there's a myth or so that if you do not go through the right doors, you will be unable to obtain the treasure. I don't believe that's true. However, I'm not going to test it by going through different, like, random doors. So, for the sake of being safe... Why am I still wearing Zora tunic? There we go. So, for the sake of being safe, I'm not going to go through any other door until we have obtained the central chest, which contains the final treasure. Also, why is there just a spike trap there? I feel like that's really not that necessary to put that there. Okay. Anyway, back to what we were doing. Actually, you know what? Show this off. Hopefully this is the right song to spawn it. There it is. Okay. Go ahead and spawn a orb fairy, which will fully recover our hearts and magic. Very handy. As well as make it rain in this area. Okay. Back to the doors. Go ahead and open this one. Head through over here. I do believe most of these chests that are in this area are just purple rippies. Yep. Alright, let's head through this door. Turn off the lens of true. I'm not even going to bother with the chest because this is the only other instance where money is useful in the entire game. So once you get to this point, you don't need money at all anymore. You've collected everything. You don't need to use money for anything anymore, so it's perfectly fine just to waste it. Alright, and our grand prize for... That's not the right size. Grand prize for this whole little area is... the ice arrow. Set at the sea and arrows will be powered up. If you hit your target, it will freeze. This arrow magic is granted only to those who complete the difficult training of the Gerudo, so use it with pride. Not really all that difficult, to be honest. So yes, our second upgrade, which took forever, for our arrows is the ice arrows. We'll go over them in just a moment. Can I warp out of here? Actually, I don't want to warp out of here because just outside of the Gerudo Fortress is something else that I want to do. So I think there are only 2 other doors. And the other 2 are just over there. So those are the other 2 doors that we can unlock. So yeah, you will not run out of keys to unlock the doors. There are just enough doors to unlock with the keys. So don't be worrying about where you put the keys. You'll be fine nonetheless. In fact, we'll go open them right now. Open this one and this one over here. And that's all doors unlocked. So yeah, I do believe it's a total of 9 keys. Don't know if there was 10 or not. I'm not really good at counting stuff. So, and that's that. Man, that was really, really easy. This one was a bit difficult, but I guess not. So anyway, the ice arrows. Ice arrows. So using them, arrows glow with a nice little blue aura as we shoot it. There's a little thing like that. We'll go into detail about them in just a moment. However, with Epona, we want to do one last final thing before we head off to the Temple of Time. I know I'm kind of like stalling a bunch of stuff, but that's pretty much just go forward. So you might remember, wow, the camera's really clipping through there. Okay, you might remember when we checked on that little scoreboard when we got the cow from Malin in our house. You might remember a little scoreboard thing. And then there was a marathon time. So, what we can do, now that the bridge is restored, we can go ahead and head into the carpenter's tent. And we want to talk to a certain fellow, which we recognize. This fella. This is the running man that we sold the bunny hood to. I'm the wandering running man. I've run all over this land in search for a true competitive spirit. I beat all my challengers, man and beast. You're an athletic guy, and you look like you might have a true killer instinct, too. Now that the bridge over Gerudo Valley is complete, I'm looking for a challenger to have a competitive race against. The best time to go from here is the bridge in Lost Woods was 2:38. That's my record. Will you challenge my record? Sure thing. Excellent, then. You go first. I'll give you a head start. Now, go ahead. Alright, so we're giving a little timer to clock us as to how long it takes us to get to the bridge that leads into the Lost Woods. So, get on, Epona! Jesus Christ! Go. Go. Come on. There we go. So, oh my god, just go! Jesus. It's so annoying. Oh wait, stupid little bridge right here, right? Probably not the best place to start a race of all things. So yeah, this is kind of just like a little bonus race. You don't get anything from it. You know, just get a record set in your house, and that's pretty much all there is to it. So we'll just go ahead and do it just for 100%, well, 99.9% completion, I guess, at this point without the stupid Deku Nuts upgrade. That still irritates me. There is no reason that actually should have happened. Because it doesn't even make sense. Because the way that you actually trigger it is through something in the future. When you are supposed to obtain it in the past. It doesn't make any sense as to why you can't get it. I failed to understand how getting the poacher saw prevents you in the future, prevents you from getting a Deku Nuts upgrade in the past. That makes 0 sense. Anyway, we managed to beat his record. Truth is, did we manage to beat him here? Whoa, that was weird. I was upside down for a second. You did quite well. But you couldn't beat me. Your time was 1:20, but I beat you just by 1 second. You have to challenge me again sometime. Goodbye then. And he's off. Now, despite what numerous claims would claim and whatnot, there is no way to beat the Running Man. He will always be 1 second ahead of you. That's been proven false all the time by several different videos and whatnot. So don't bother saying, "Oh, I beat him by 1 second." Nope, it's not possible. All that does is just give you a little bonus doohickey. That bonus being this. So for our totals, it squished 100 golden skeletolus, caught a 20-pound fish, ran 1 minute and 20 seconds for a marathon time, got 49 seconds for a horse race time, and scored a total of 1,720 points for horseback archery. So that's pretty much all there is to do in this game, aside from head towards, the Temple of Time for our final real challenge. So next time on The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, we'll be heading to the Temple of Time and seeing what awaits us. See you guys then.